Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 89 of Reaction Time Podcast. How are you today, Sam?
Vibing. How are you, Craig,
Vibing?
on this spooky Halloween?
Spooky Halloween. Ooh. I'm great.
Good. Happy Halloween.
And since it's Halloween, happy Halloween, everybody. We're releasing this episode a day early just because we love you all.
That's why. Not because of Halloween.
Yeah.
It's just because of
Not
love.
because of Halloween. It's just because
And
of
ghosts.
And speaking of love, that's the central theme of our movie that we are recording for this week. It, Chapter 1. It really brings you all together. Yeah. There's nothing better than it when you're talking about love.
It's truly warm. Craig, so as per usual, everybody, I had not seen this movie, and Craig had. Because that's, I guess, just what this podcast is. It's just Craig showing me movies. That's basically changing next year. Basically. I've got movies that I'm going to show you this time. Okay? Let's many. Do it. I'm going to compile a list. We're just going to go 1 year.
There's probably like 5.
One full year of you seeing movies you've never seen before. 50 movies.
Ooh.
How to lose a guy in 50 movies. Okay. I have to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Do you like this movie?
So
did you have me watch this movie because you like it? Well, yeah, tell me your story.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
So I remember seeing this movie. I'm pretty sure it was in theaters. And I was like, I got out of it and I was like, oh, dang, that was like a really good movie. And then I watched it again last night. And I was like, it's kind of an okay movie.
Okay. I'm glad you're not like, this is one of the best
so
horror movies
scarier.
I've ever seen.
No, I remember it being really good, and it's not as scary as I remember it.
No, dude. I watched this by myself, and I wasn't scared.
Yeah. And I was like, there were some scenes where I was like, oh, that does not look good. No. Like, there was like a couple monsters where I'm like, you could have practical effected that way better. Yeah. So I did want you to see it because I was like, ooh, that was another like really good horror movie. And then I watched it again last night and I was like, and this also could have been by the fact that I was slightly distracted while I was watching this movie. Because I was watching this streamer. Her name is Zelda Girl Grace, and she doesn't stream a lot. And so it's like the funniest times when she does. And so I was like, oh, crap. Of course it's the night that I need to watch this movie. And so I was like, I mean, I wrote my notes. I was watching and the whole thing. But I'd already seen it. I think I'd seen this movie like maybe twice before. And then this was my third time. But again, it's all of these movies I'm like showing to you are movies that I haven't seen for
a long time. Right,
10 years. And so I've forgotten
your memory of a movie can definitely change too. And you absolutely can love a movie when you see it the first time for a number of circumstances and then go back and watch it and just be like, wait a second. So, yeah.
Yeah, like this was one before it was like, oh yeah, like you need to watch like staple horror movies, right? And we've gone through majority of them, but I was like, oh yeah. That's like another like staple one. Now I'm like,
I was watching this and just kind of comparing it to The Conjuring the whole time, and I was like, is this even a horror movie? Or is this just Stranger Things?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
it's like Stranger Things, but worse.
This is Stranger Things, but with like a creepy clown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'll say Bill Skarsgård is fantastic as Pennywise.
Yeah.
Like, he's way good. But he's also not in this as much as I remember.
No, like hardly at all. It's kind of weird. We'll talk about. Do you want to do no spoilers here, or do you want to just go for it?
I mean, might as well go for it. There's two movies.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
This is just the first
Yeah.
one.
And I think people know how this works. You know, how horror movies work.
So what would you give it?
I was tossing around some numbers, but I think I'm going to go 5.9 out of 10.
Okay, I'd give it like a 7.
Okay. That's
Like I still think it's like a good movie. Like I felt like the pacing overall was pretty good. The story is pretty entertaining. It's just definitely not scary like I remember.
Yeah. Here's my issue. When I think of movies that are scary, it's kind of scary the whole time, or at least you know that there's a possibility that something scary is about to happen. This movie goes into scary situations and then it completely leaves them like all the way, and I think that takes a lot away from the horror factor of it. Where it's like, I know that when they're like in the street in broad daylight, which is like 90% of the movie, I'm not going to get scared. I just know that that's not going to happen. And then they go into a situation that is very obviously like meant to be scary. You know there's going to be jump scares. You know there's going to be horror tropes. So you're just like super ready for it. Whereas a movie like The Conjuring or Paranormal Activity or Blair Witch Hunt or whatever, or Blair Witch, what is it, Project or Hunt? Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project,
The whole entire movie, you're like kind of like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. And you're like kind of scared.
Are they
going to
do something?
Yeah,
Are they not gonna
and
do
this
something?
one is, yeah, and it had some cool looking stuff, but nothing that really scared me. And then on top of that, the writing, like the dialogue and the acting together were, I'd say, atrocious. Personally, maybe not atrocious, but like really super bad. Maybe terrible is the right word. I don't know. One of those words that means bad. But
not
really
good.
not like. Yeah. I mean, Bill Skarsgård was like maybe the only good actor in the movie. And even then, sometimes he had lines that were bad. So it's like, how do you deliver those well? So,
True.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for like him is just like his facial expressions and like his eyes. Like he can do all the weird stuff with his eyes.
He's the right person to play this character
in real life.
So
100%.
much. Physically, it was a great performance by him. You know? But then everybody else was just like really, it was really just bad child acting. So it was kind of a letdown. So
yeah. And the second one's even worse.
Is it the same people?
Well, they're adults.
They're adults.
Because it's
so it's 27
years
Gotcha.
later. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then they come back and it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. So
okay. Yeah. I finished it and I was like, not as good as I remember.
And it's hard because there are, and we'll get into it, but there are some visual things that are cool, and some that are like really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's some CGI that I'm like, that's really bad.
Yeah.
So I think it's a big problem it has is that it's in every single one of these categories. I think it has a lot of pretty good stuff and a lot of terrible stuff, and it never feels like it's medium. So it's always like. It's like kind of jerking you around where it's like, okay, now the movie's good. Now the movie sucks. And you're just like in this weird roller coaster the entire time. So,
yeah. That makes sense. Dang. See, we should have watched The Conjuring for this.
Dude, I know. If you guys want to hear a good episode about a horror movie, go back and watch our Conjuring episode, which is like,
just for your story with freaking your dog and everything.
Let's see. The Conjuring was like episode, it's probably high 30s, low 40s. So go find it. It was October of last year.
Yeah, it was a good one. Oh, I love that movie. The problem is I showed you the best horror movie right off the bat.
There's some next year I think that we'll have to watch. I think we should watch The Possession. That movie scared the living daylights out of me. I think we should watch Haunting in Connecticut. That was the first scary movie I ever saw, and I haven't.
I've seen.
Have you seen it?
I've seen that one.
Oh, you saw it?
Haunting in Connecticut. Yeah.
Or we'll go
I've seen The Possession. That's the one with the
box and the moths and
things that fly out of the box,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That one scared me.
I've heard Smile 2 is really good.
I kind of been
wanna
interested
see
in
it.
that movie, so maybe we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
You want to go into notes?
Yeah,
All right,
let's do it.
Well, I guess we haven't really spoiled anything till now.
Subscribe.
So if
Yeah,
if you're worried, we're going to spoil it now.
And now we're going to spoilers.
Okay, yeah, subscribe, follow,
Like, rate, comment, bell.
and the next
ring.
person to leave a review on Apple Podcasts will get $1. I'll Venmo you $1. Send me proof that you did it, and I'll Venmo you $1. But it has to be 5 stars. Okay, let's do this. I'm not Venmoing somebody $1 for a 1-star review. Sorry.
1 star, you owe us $100.
Yeah. You know what? I will let you leave a 1-star review for $100. Okay, so let's jump into the visuals.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I hated was when he goes to his boat, little Georgie, his boat goes down the storm drain. And so he goes, and obviously Pennywise is in the storm drain because, I mean, that's just where he lives, I guess. And
Yep.
then he decides to bite off his arm. And it was immediately just such bad CGI that I was so removed from the film. And I don't know if it ever fully recovered from that moment.
Yeah. When he opens his mouth, it's fine, and then as soon as he goes to the arm and bites down, it's like
throughout the movie, the
gross.
CGI of his mouth opening with all those teeth actually was pretty good. But then whenever he had to actually do something with it, it wasn't great. Nah.
No, that was literally my first
really?
note too. Was the bite did not look good? Yeah.
Yeah.
My other visual note that I have, and this is just a funny thing, but when Beverly is in the bathroom and the high school kids come in and they're like, "Oh, you're trash" or something like that, and then they pour like the trash can on her. What trash can has like a shload of liquid in it?
You didn't see her? She was filling it up with water.
Oh, she was?
You're like, why is the trash so wet?
I'm like,
yeah, the entire
trash can has
I know,
that
right?
much freaking
The entire
liquid
time
in
that
it?
they're like talking to her, one of the girls has the trash like under the sink.
Oh,
you just missed it. You were watching the streamer.
10 out of 10.
10 for the garbage. Garbage. 10 out of 10.
Best movie I've ever seen.
Great. 200 out of 200 garbage. So I do think one thing that they did that was cool was when Henry, maybe is his name?
The
black kid. Harold?
No, Henry's the bully because he starts carving the H in the kid's belly. Matt? Is it Matt?
Let's see. They're not even going to list him as an actor. Mike. So when he's in the alley and he starts to see all the the burning hands come out of the door, that I thought was very cool and looked very really cool. Good.
And like you were saying, and this is kind of like the thing and you brought it up perfectly, but this is kind of the thing when I was rewatching it that was like, there was so many cool scenes, like when they were doing the scary stuff, but it was so like predictable moments.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like somebody goes in like the underwater like sewer thing, and of course something crazy is going to happen there. Somebody goes up to this super old looking house that's totally beat up and destroyed. Of course something creepy is going to happen there. Mike goes in the alleyway. Of course something's going to happen there, right? And so it was like they had these good scenes, but it was just like you knew it was coming.
Well,
and so it distracted from it, and it didn't make it as effective.
And a lot of times it's coming right off the heels of a really just poorly written bullying moment where it's, again, one of those bullying scenes where it's super over the top, would never happen. the bully's mean for no reason. They get all, they're getting attacked by the bully again. And the bully's like literally committing like attempted murder. Which is it feels like a little much. So I don't know. It's just, it's hard to come off of a scene. The scene is bad, and then you're supposed to be scared afterwards, but you're still coming off of being disappointed. So you're like not able to be scared.
Right.
So yeah.
I loved all the balloons in the reverse triangle.
Yeah, that was cool.
Cool shot.
Yeah, what do you have any other ones? Okay, I have just a couple more. So the scene when she's in the bathroom, in her own bathroom, and all that hair like comes out and starts grabbing her, that looked really good. Very, very good.
Really good.
It's like pulling her in, and then when all the blood shoots out, it's really cool, and it was very reminiscent.
That scene was great.
It's a very good scene. And it was very reminiscent of maybe Nightmare on Elm Street. Is that the one with Johnny Depp where he gets put in a blender and they have all that blood in the room? Which is just like...
Or even The Shining with all the
two just like... I guess those three are just really good, like technically very good, just liquidy... bloody shots. Like it's very, very cool. So I want to give them props for that. I mean, I'm sure they just pumped a fire hose full of cornstarch and red food dye and just launched it out of the sink, but it's just cool. Like there was so much, So that was cool. And then
I wish
go ahead.
The only thing I wish they would have done with that scene is cut to when the dad was in there. I wish they would have cut to his point of view, just seeing her on the ground shaking
with nothing. Yeah, I kept expecting that.
Because it would have hit that point a little more home. But I literally wonder if they did it because they didn't want to like clean it up and redo it or make another shot with her in there without
but why not just shoot it before?
It almost felt like it was lazy. Well, maybe they didn't think about it before. I don't know.
Yeah, I do think it was weird that they didn't do that.
Yeah, because it just would have got the point a little bit more across.
Yeah, because then I started questioning if the dad was denying it or whatever. So it was just weird not to have that.
Yeah.
So this movie basically has every single horror trope that you could think of. And there was only one jump scare that got me in the entire movie. And it's
okay.
Her dad is looking for her to try to abuse her, and he opens up the shower and she slams him in the head with the toilet lid. And he's like laying on the ground, probably dead. And she turns to walk out and boom, Pennywise is there. That one got me. I didn't see that coming. So that one got me. So props to them for that. And then last thing, probably the coolest shot in the movie for me is when they're in the house and I believe it's Eddie. Is it Eddie or is it
the one that falls down and breaks his arm?
Is that Eddie?
That's
so
Eddie.
Is he the one that's there with when the cupboard opens and Pennywise is in there but like all contorted and his head's upside down and stuff?
That's Eddie, yeah.
That scene is so cool.
And it looked really good.
Really good. I actually I'll send you the Corridor Crew VFX breakdown of that because it's very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just super good looking, really creepy, very cool scene. So I have to give him props for that.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's what almost makes it like irritating because when the zombie was there, why was the zombie CGI?
Yeah.
Why wasn't it just a practical effects mask
zombie
or helmet or something that they wore? And then the painting always looked super dumb.
Oh, yeah.
The weird, distorted
I don't know
painting.
how you do that one, though.
The only time... I don't know how you do it, but the only time that one was creepy was when they're like towards the end and like they're in the well and everything, and it comes out, and then it just kind of like starts like crawling backwards, and its head like stays the same, and then it kind of fades away, and then it comes back and it's Pennywise. Like that looked good, like, and that looked creepy because all the other times it just kind of looks dumb, you know. And I get it's kind of hard to portray that, but then if it's hard to portray that, then don't do it. Do something else.
Yeah, I agree.
If you're trying to do stuff with these kids' fears, there's so many other things that you could do that would make it better.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, I don't know. They had like some really good CGI, some really bad CGI. And just not a lot that, there wasn't a lot that stuck out as great besides like that one scene. You know, they had some cool stuff.
I did really like the scene when they go into the well, and the main guy looks up and there's all the bodies floating.
Yeah.
And they're spinning around all the like debris and stuff. That was a cool
that
shot.
looked good as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And his mouth when it opens all big and it's got like the like 3 glowing like dots inside it and stuff.
Yeah.
That looked good too.
So what would you give it out of 200? This one's tough for me.
This whole movie's going to be tough for me because there's just some things that were so bad that's like, why did you do that? That almost makes all the good stuff worse. Because it's like, oh, you had these really good shots, and why didn't you do that for the rest of it? I don't necessarily know if... I think there was more good than there was bad, though. Yeah. So, I'll do a 155.
Okay. I was actually going to go with 160. So, cool.
Nice. Because there's still some good stuff.
Is. There definitely is.
Oh, and when he freaking... Henry stabs his dad in the neck. First off, there's no way that knife has that much spring power to like...
I don't know. I think some knives might.
Right?
It depends on how sharp it is. But I thought about that immediately. I was like, hey, does that... But they showed him like flick it open earlier and it came out so fast. I don't know.
Yeah,
depends on how powerful the spring is.
To like fully pierce and like fully
that'd be pretty hard.
Yeah. It's
I
still
don't know
cool,
about
though.
that one. Okay, so
yeah.
The story. Let me start by saying one thing that just came to me. There's a lot of things that make this movie not scary, but I also think one of the things that makes it not scary is how many people there are. Think about, just take any horror movie and picture how scary it is if it's one person in a scary house, and then picture like a group of 15 people in a scary house. It just kind of takes away a lot of that scariness. And then again, a lot of it I think is just the acting is... Like, it felt like what I'm imagining the Ghostbusters acting is from the newest movies. And I haven't even seen those, but I could tell you, like, probably that's what the acting is.
You're just envisioning that.
So it's hard. It's really hard to make a movie scary without good acting. And we talked about it with Paranormal Activity, where it was scary until the acting got bad, and then you were able to take a sigh of relief because you realized you were watching a movie. You know.
Right, but it was still scary in between all of that. Yeah. But that is true. I guess I wasn't quite as bugged by the acting. I mean, obviously it felt over the top. You know, some of the kids didn't do as good as the other kids. And they weren't able to portray being scared as well as certain kid actors can do, or even just adult actors can do. But then others like were good. Like I thought the like more chubbier kid, I thought he did a pretty good job. He was probably like my standout for the whole group. Beverly, I thought did great. But then kind of like the rest of them were just,
Yeah.
You know?
And I do think a lot of it is the dialogue.
Yeah.
There was a lot of like cheesy speeches and stuff, which just does not work in a movie like this.
No.
So, okay, can you explain to me real quick? Because I feel like they hinted at it, but we never got the real explanation. So, who the hell is Pennywise? Is he actually a clown from a circus that blew up, or do we not have any idea? Okay, we don't know. I get it. Okay.
I think he's I think he's like an interdimensional being.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember the book. It's been so long. There's something about a turtle and I think the turtle's like a god or something.
So it's like a turtle, an Easter egg hunt, and a clown walk into a bar.
Dude, it gets so weird. It gets so weird in that book. But no, I think he's like a certain.
Well, that I guess makes sense, right? Because a clown's not going to be able to do all this stuff.
Right. And I mean, at the end where he kind of like frays away and then goes down, I don't know if he's like any kind of like god or anything like that. I don't think he is. I'm not sure if he's really like a demon. I think he's just kind of like this weird being thing that just feeds off of fear.
A boggart.
Yes.
I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much.
So what do you got?
So,
okay,
I will say the one line that I thought was hilarious, but I also think is so dumb. When the chubby kid gets sliced open basically from the freaking steak. Oh, also
so many skewerings actually, just like tons.
Yeah,
Go
beautiful.
Skewers.
We didn't even talk about visuals.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
156.
Let's go.
He first off, he's just like it shows the like look on his belly, and it's like straight up like sliced open. It's not like a teeny.
No, he is not having a good time.
And the whole scene. Yeah, but the scene goes on for like 10 minutes afterwards where they're like, we need to go get him and stuff. And the kid's just sitting there like half open stomach. And it's like
he gets his stomach cut open twice
to go to the hospital
in this movie. And both times he's way too chill about it.
But this one's like way worse than just the knife.
Yeah.
But anyways, the line that I thought was hilarious was when the one kid is freaking out and he was like, you know, we can't go fight him because this happened and this happened. He's like, and look over here, he's leaking hamburger helper over here. Like,
hilarious.
Funny.
That was a good line.
Super good line.
That was a great line. So my first note is that not a single light bulb has ever worked in a cellar in a movie ever in history. And if people would just change their dang light bulbs, so much of this would never happen. And yeah, now that did not lead to anything actually happening. But nonetheless, PSA, change your light bulbs.
Yeah.
They last so many years now because they're all LED.
I know.
I just got light bulbs that last 22 years, Craig. 22.
Oh.
I'm going to be old. I'm 50 years old when those light bulbs burn out. I'm not even going to be able to change them.
Well, in 50...
I'll be too old.
In 50 years, you're going to be
haunted.
No,
not 50.
Because
not
all
50
your lights
years,
are going to be
22
out.
years.
No, when you're 50 years old, you're going to be haunted.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed.
Because your light bulbs are going to be out.
And it's going to be so long, I'm not going to change a light bulb. I'll forget how to in that amount of time. And then Pennywise is going to show up as my greatest fear. He's going to be dressed as Joe Biden, shirtless, with an ice cream cone.
Not where I thought you were.
That's my biggest fear, dude. Straight up.
Why is that your biggest fear? Just play the ice cream, the ice cream truck song.
No, he
and
already
walk
has
over
ice cream.
towards
That's
it.
why it's so scary. Nothing could pull
He's
him
not gonna
away.
Remember, he has
Nothing
an ice
can
cream?
pull him away from the smell of my hair. It's terrifying, okay? That's what my boggart takes the shape of.
He's gonna forget he's holding an ice
Doesn't
cream.
matter.
He's gonna go get
Doesn't
another
matter.
one.
He loves to smell. There's nothing you can do to escape him. This is my nightmare, Craig. Okay? Go get your own. All right. What else do you have in your story notes?
That was my one
Okay.
note that I had for story,
I
other than just things we've.
I have a
talked
couple
about.
other ones, and they're all dumb. So, first thing that I think is so stupid is why is that kid not so scared of the creepy man in the sewer? You know Pennywise? He's the main character.
Yeah.
Remember at the beginning of the movie?
Oh,
yeah,
Georgie.
Yeah, why is he
Georgie.
not scared?
Yeah,
That's so stupid. That's the dumbest writing ever.
he's young.
No.
and
BS. He should have been more scared.
and he wants his boat
Okay.
back.
Next thing.
Dude, if you looked at him, if you look at Pennywise in the sewer, he doesn't even look scary. He's so friendly. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
so friendly. So nice. Okay. I don't even know when I wrote this, but I literally wrote maybe worst dialogue of all time. So it must have been really bad
wow.
in that period of the movie because I think I was like at the point where I was like, oh, I think I've had it with people talking in this movie now because it's written so poorly. Can't tell you why. But then
It was probably all your mom jokes from that one
maybe the
kid.
dumb. Oh my gosh, that was too much.
Yeah, 100%
His character
too
was
much.
way too much. I get
So
the
annoying.
idea behind that character, but it's too much. And nobody's really like
Yeah.
that. I've never met anybody who is that much like that. So, okay, hold on.
Other than your mom.
got him. The worst thing, the very worst writing thing of this entire movie. True Love's kiss. Freaking Bev is possessed. And her eyes are all blue and she's dead. And then Chubby McGee kisses her and she wakes up. That's not even the worst part. Then anyway, she's still just in love with Billy anyway.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, dude? What the actual hell? Oh, so dumb. So I'm taking like 50 points off for that because it's just atrocious.
Yeah, that whole love
Dumbest
triangle
thing they could have
was
ever
so
put
dumb.
into it. And anyway, I mean, I think just mostly all the writing was bad. The characters were not great. I did like. Okay, I gotta get names here. I can't just refer to him as a chubby kid. That feels mean. I liked Ben. I liked his character. I liked Eddie's character. Okay. Hated Richie.
Mm-hmm.
Hated him. Bill was like kind of whatever.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess.
fine.
Stanley hated Stanley.
Yeah.
Hated the bullies. I liked Bev. Mike was fine. But just, and then all of the parents were just, oh, the writing was so bad.
Yeah. I will say Bev's dad did well in terms of acting.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, and the writing for his character wasn't terrible.
I mean that's probably what a creeper like that would say. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but like,
And then,
the one was it Richie's mom? Oh, horrible.
yeah. Oh,
Or Eddie's? I think it was Eddie's mom.
Eddie's mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so dumb.
And then, yeah, it's just like, what are the powers? You know, I think I'm big now on movies explaining what are the powers of your main protagonist or antagonist. Ever since seeing Madam Web and realizing you can make a movie with someone with powers and never fully explain what they are and just change them throughout the movie, it really truly is distracting.
What other movie were we watching where you were so mad about what its powers were?
I don't know. Was it recent?
No, it was last year.
Oh, then I don't know, man.
It was one of our it had to have been one of our sooner episodes. And I remember you being like, because I loved it and I remember you didn't like it. And you were like, what are its powers or something like that.
It sounds really familiar.
It wasn't Spirited Away. I know that for sure. I'm just trying to remember.
127 hours.
Yeah, that's definitely
I don't know.
Was it recent?
I'm looking at the episodes. I can't figure it out.
-1?
It could have been. There's definitely a few where I'm like, what are the powers? That's why Chronicle's so good. You know what these people can do.
Oh, yeah.
Chronicle's freaking
100%.
yummy. I love that movie. Anyway, I don't know what it was, but nonetheless, I take issue with not knowing what the powers are.
Oh, it was Lights Out.
Oh, yeah, Lights Out.
Because you could teleport and then there was a bunch of little random stuff and you were like, what is this monster's powers?
This is what I need. I need powers and I need a motive, and I did not get either of those from Pennywise. What's the motive?
To
just eat kids?
We just needs to eat.
Okay, well, that's boring. Just go to Taco Bell like the rest of us.
But he has to feed off of fear.
Oh, boo-hoo. Then get something you don't like from Taco Bell. MFR, jeez. So anyway, not my favorite as far as writing goes.
So, do you know anything about the book?
No, I don't know anything about it.
Okay. So, just so you can understand some context of this book, at the very end, when they all cut each other's hands and they hold hands and they bond as the Losers Club, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the book, they all bond to become the Losers Club. And I kid you not, this isn't fake. And they're all the same age as they are in this. Well, actually, I think they're even younger in the book. They all bond by basically having an orgy with Beverly. I am not even kidding you.
That's exciting.
Each one takes a turn and is that's how they bond together to become the Losers Club. So I'm glad they didn't put that in there.
Me too. I will tell you what, I am
kind of messed up. Reading
I am
that
over
book
the
and
moon that was not in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. Wow.
Anyways,
so story-wise, there's not a lot of redeeming qualities for me personally, so I think I'm going to go 79.
Wow, that's higher than I thought you were going to give it.
Yeah. Dang, is that really high?
I mean,
I did not like it.
There's
59.
I was like, there's no redeeming qualities. Why is it even that high?
There's some redeeming qualities, but I can't think of what they are right now.
I'll do 101.
All right, big dog.
I like the story overall. I think it's an interesting story to it.
Yeah.
So
it's not terrible. All right, so for acting, I have 3 notes, and I meant to only have 2, but my notes are bullet point, atrocious, bullet point, really, bullet point, bad.
Literally, my notes.
That's about it.
Literally, my notes are just, is it Ben? Is Ben the chubby kid?
Yeah.
Okay. Because on here, I just put chubby kid because I couldn't remember his name when I wrote the note. Ben was good. Beverly was good. Dad was good. And then that's it.
Want to know something that I'm starting to realize?
Yeah.
Finn Wolfhard is not a good actor.
No.
And he really never has been. I've never seen him good. Even in Stranger Things. Stranger Things is great and the writing is awesome. And he's amongst very good actors and stuff, which I think made people think that he's great. He is not.
He's the worst out of all of them in Stranger Things.
He's like the backup on a sports team that wins the championship, but he like got some playing time, and people are like, "You won a Super Bowl?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got a Super Bowl ring." It's like,
Yeah.
Sick. You sound like you're great, and you're like, kind of not.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. He's literally the
So I actually think,
out of everybody in Stranger Things, he's the worst one.
yeah, and in this movie, I think he was the worst.
Yeah. Other than Richie.
Him or the guy who plays Stanley.
Yeah. And Richie.
Those two are the worst.
But
Well,
that
he
was
is Richie.
That was more writing than... He's Richie? No, I thought Richie was the your mom jokes all the time.
Yeah, that's Finn.
What?
Finn Wolfhard plays Richie, the your
that's
mom
right.
joke guy.
I'm thinking he's the main
Yeah.
actor for some reason because I'm thinking of Stranger Things. No, you're right. Yeah.
Oh, who I do like though is the guy who plays Eddie, who's also in Shazam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think he's good.
He's
I don't
great.
think he's the best actor of all time, but I think
No.
he's got kind of a little it factor about him, just a little bit, kind
Yeah.
of a charisma thing. Same thing with the girl who plays Kamala Khan in like the Marvels. There's something
I know what
something
you're
about
talking about,
those
yeah.
people where you just like them for some reason, even if their acting isn't the best. So basically, Pennywise good, Bill okay, Richie bad, Eddie good, Ben good, Stanley bad, Georgie I don't know, he was 5. So Henry
Bully's horrible.
bad, all the bullies bad, Mike medium,
Fine. Most of the
Al
parents are bad.
fine, Beverly good. And then for some reason James McAvoy is also listed, but he doesn't have a character name. So,
That's
yeah, I don't know. I think it's just Google has an issue. So overall, this is one of the worst acting movies I think that we've reviewed.
Other than
Personally,
Spirited Away.
yeah, but like live action, this is definitely towards the bottom for me.
Other than like Paranormal Activity.
I mean, it's worse than Paranormal Activity
Yeah.
for sure. What did I give Paranormal Activity? 66? Yeah. This is a little lower than that. What would you give it?
Definitely better than Across the Spider-Verse, though.
Oh, for sure. Across the Spider-Verse garbage movie. April Fools.
Acting, I'll give it a 99.
You're so generous and kind.
Yeah. Like I said, it
50
didn't bug me as bad.
56.
66?
56.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. The score.
So,
And
I
sound.
remember... What?
And sound.
I remember the score being great. And I don't like... It didn't really hit me much this time.
No. I think it was good,
Yeah. But it's just your typical
but
score.
yeah.
Nothing stood out.
I do think sound effects were great.
Sound effects were great. Oh, yeah.
They had some really cool sounds and noises and different things that I thought were really cool. But yeah, score wise, it was good. I was never like, oh, this score sucks. It's super lame. But it just was never blowing me away.
I'll do a 162.4.
All right. I'm going to round that one down for you, buddy. I am gonna go. I don't think it's that high for me, personally. I'll give it a 140.
Okay.
I will go 140.
Vibey.
Okay.
Did you have any notes for score?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Vibe is low for me. It was not scary. There were a couple things that I liked. I think I'll give it a 71.
Oh, okay. I was going to do a 135.
Okay.
I think
still like it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not.
Yeah.
I guess for me, when it ended, I wasn't like, well, that was a super waste of my time, but I was like, nah, it wasn't as great as I remember it.
Right.
So,
Right.
But still, like, good enough that, like, there's some cool scenes in it. There's some stuff that I'm going to remember, you know, like shots and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
other than that, is this a Halloween watch anymore? Probably not anymore for me.
No. And for me, I'm even at the point where, one, I'm never going to rewatch this. And two, if somebody suggests we watch it, I will probably counter with a different movie.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm leaving if you guys are going to watch that.
I'm leaving if you're playing that movie.
We're not friends anymore. But I would be like, that movie is garbage. Can I list several other movies that are good?
Yeah.
That we could watch? Like Megamind 2? Just kidding. But yeah, so not, it just wasn't my cup of tea.
Megamind 2.
Per se.
So,
shall we do some guesses?
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Compare this acting to Megamind 2. I know we're not supposed
it's
to
around
compare.
the same. Have I put my notes down? Let me just look real quick. Megamind 2 was when? When did we do that? Did we really do that long ago?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Where is it? Megamind. When did we do that?
Oh, here, I have it up. Hold on. Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate was March 8th.
March 8th. Okay. Okay, got it. So I gave... Oh, it's hard because I gave the acting a 4.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like...
Yeah. I would say that the acting, the voice acting in Megamind 2 was worse. But honestly, like a 4 or a 6 or whatever I gave it versus the 56, that's around accurate.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
It's 14 times better than...
Oh, I don't know if it's 14 times better, but on a scale from 1 to 200, I think we're in the vicinity.
It's just funny because I'm like, I obviously, that movie, you know, hurt me physically. Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think of sometimes like how low he gave it, and I'm like, is it actually... I mean, obviously it is that bad, but like,
yeah,
when you think of other things, is it that bad or?
I truly think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is just very bad. So bad. I think it's probably worse than we're remembering it too.
Oh man, I'm not gonna rewatch it to find out. So.
Yeah, right. You're gonna lose a bet at some point. I'm gonna make you. All right, we're gonna do guesses.
Dude, I wouldn't even wish that upon my worst enemy.
Craig, every time we do guesses, I make you go first, and then I always base my number off of what you said. And you know what? That's not going to help me this time because our numbers are so different, but still I feel, and I don't do that on purpose, but I feel like it always helps me. So I'm going to go first.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not looking at my numbers. I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to say maybe 528.
642.
Craig, 653.
Oh, it's
solid guess. 528, 486.
Nice. Oh, 46. Dang, that's way lower than I thought.
That's real low. I have not scored anything that low. And if we're ignoring Megamind Part 2, I have not scored anything that low since Spirited Away.
This makes me upset.
So including everything, and what was Cloverfield was 419. So this is kind of, but here's the thing. I think I like Cloverfield more. And I gave Cloverfield a 6.3. I gave this a 5.9. So I think if I had to choose one, I'd rewatch Cloverfield.
Yeah.
Which I've actually been thinking about doing anyway, just to see if I can give it a second chance.
I think if I rewatched...
Because in my mind, I like the idea of it, you know?
Yeah. I think if I rewatched one, it would be Spirited Away.
Gosh. Fine. Okay. Do you know the box office for this movie?
No, but I know it's high.
I feel like I know that it's high.
Like it's high.
I have a number. I've already got a number.
Oh, crap. I know it's high. But is it as high as I remember? Okay, I got a number.
Okay. I will go first.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, 786.
858.
Ooh. And it is 704.
What is it?
704.
Okay.
You said what? 858?
858, yeah. Hey, you won! Woo!
Yeah, well, don't mean to brag, but I'm out here vibing. I feel like I had a little snippet of memory in my brain somewhere that I knew this was in the 700s.
Yeah, I thought...
But, like, this is a memory from years ago.
Yeah, and I thought it was in the 8s.
You know?
I was even thinking it might be in the 9s.
Let me double check that, though, real quick, just because it's... I pulled that from... That's just the Google number. So let me see what the Box Office Mojo...
No.
Box Office Mojo says 702.
Yeah.
So...
Wow, $35 million budget.
That's a ton of money, dude.
$35 million budget.
You know what? That is good, decent
props.
CGI for $35 million.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. Do you have anything else that you would like to say about this movie?
Don't watch the second one.
Yeah, Craig has warned me several times not to watch the second one.
Please don't. It's
so I will.
bad.
I will not.
So bad.
I will not. And it's super long. You said.
Yeah, it's 3. Let's see. Chapter 2.
2 hours and 49 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Bill Hader's in it. Does he play? Oh no, he doesn't play. Oh, he plays Richie. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's got like an awesome cast.
No, the cast is fantastic.
Oh man, that's a bummer.
I literally kid you not. Every single time that something scary happens, they literally just make it a joke. I'm not even kidding you.
That's a bummer.
And it's all like super dumb things that aren't scary, and like, oh, it's just, and it's so long.
Dang. Well, I will not be watching it then. That's easy.
Oh, yeah, please don't.
Okay, a couple more box office things. I got more good news. Last week when we reported on the Joker, do you remember what we said it was at?
192?
192? It's at 201.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically just doing next to nothing.
Which is amazing.
Is what I would say, which is great. The Wild Robot is at 233.
Yes!
So it's still doing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, because I think the last
You know what I mean?
time...
It's made $40 million since the last time we talked about it, just about.
Yeah, because it wasn't over 200.
Yeah. So that means I'm winning this one. So let's go, baby.
Take it, please.
And I'm going to say for sure, I'm actually just going to put your name in now that you're going to win the Joker one.
Yeah. Oh,
It would take a bizarre $300 million miracle for me to be close.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way.
So that's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah. No way, Josue.
Josue.
Okay, well, before we go, we are coming up on 100 episodes,
Yep.
which is crazy. We're 11 away.
We're so thankful.
We will be doing. We are so thankful.
So
we are so
thankful.
grateful for our listeners and our fans. We will be doing our Something Awards at the beginning of January. I think what we will do is on Instagram, and maybe on YouTube. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I think we'll post a list of maybe every movie that we've seen this year.
Okay.
And we'll try to post that semi-early so that people can check out some of the movies they want to watch, just so that you maybe, or you can look into them or whatever you want to do, just so you get an idea of like what movies we will be talking about. Obviously, we don't see every movie that comes out.
No.
So our awards are limited to what we see. But we try to see all the biggest ones so that we're like at least in the zeitgeist. And so just like look for that, but 2 months.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
I'm so excited.
So me too.
It's great.
I've seen, what did I tell you? Did I tell you how many movies I'd seen already?
Yeah.
It's like a lot.
It was like 20 something, wasn't it?
I think I've seen at least 20. I think I'm forgetting a couple. But yeah, it's been 20 so far, but I have 10 that I still need to watch that came out this year. So
Dang.
there's some stuff. And you guys, I need to report this. Since the beginning of this podcast, I have been saying I was going to go and rewatch movies in the theater, and I don't think I have once until now. I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine again. I followed through on my promise to myself. And
so your 9.6, did it change?
No. I think it stayed the same.
Okay.
There's some things that I like better about it and some things that I like worse about it, but overall it's like it's still the same. I was a little worried that I was going to watch it and be like, "Oh, this isn't as good as I remembered it being." I was just like hyped about it, but no, it's a great movie. It's genuinely one of the funniest movies ever made. I think.
100%. And I need a Gambit movie so bad.
Oh, so bad.
So bad.
And Deadpool and Wolverine is available for purchase now. I walked by an entire kiosk at Walmart, and I almost bought all of them. But then I realized I didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
So.
I almost did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Join us next week for something else.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
But we got options, dog. We got options.
When is
I got some things.
When is Heretic?
Heretic is November 2nd? No, that doesn't make sense.
Why wouldn't it just show me a release date? Like
November 11th?
You're giving me all this information 8th.
8th. Okay.
Oh. Shoot.
Okay. Since we're coming towards the end of the year, let me just read you real quick 8 movies that have come out this year that we have either not seen or not reviewed, and maybe we can pick one to do for next week because I think most of these are on streaming.
Okay. If they're on streaming,
so maybe we can do one of those. So this is what we've got, and I think you've seen a couple of these maybe, but Kung Fu Panda 4, Ghostbusters, Godzilla vs. Kong, Challengers, If, Furiosa, Despicable Me 4, and Trap.
Ooh. I've seen Despicable Me 4.
Okay.
So we can do that one if you want to. I'd have to rewatch it again. I did want to see Godzilla
I'll have to see
and
if
King
that one's on
Kong.
streaming. I know. Is that one out on streaming?
It's got to be on Max at this point, right?
Yeah. Wait, what is that one called? Is it Godzilla and Kong? Yeah, Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire.
X Kong.
Yeah, it's on Max.
Okay. That'd be fun.
Oh, wait, no, that's Godzilla versus Kong. I don't know.
It's gotta be.
Oh, yeah, it's on Max.
It's on Max.
So we could do that.
That'd be fun.
Okay. Maybe let's plan on that then.
What?
Maybe let's plan on that.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire.
And then that was my Kong noise right there.
That is beautiful. Okay, are you bringing it home?
Oh, I think I did it last time, didn't I?
I don't know.
Oh, crap.
Can't
Oh, crap.
remember.
I don't remember now.
No, I think I did it. I definitely did it. Because I missed a letter.
Join us next week for a running excitingly at koalas. No, crap.
Oh my gosh.
Running excitedly at campfires. Taking insects over noses. I don't know why I'm staying like this, but I can't move now. Telepathy isn't mostly elevation.
It's those last 4 letters that are always so deep. We never see it coming. Okay. Well. See ya. Bye.
Yes, thank you, everybody. I hope that you all still love these so much.